I want to talk to you about you. I've got some things to remind you about and some things to encourage you with. The first is this. Remember, you're a whole person. Heart, mind, body, soul. You're made up of emotions, memories, thoughts, experiences, choice, relationships, habits. You're made up of a body and a brain and a heart that all need different things to be healthy and whole, to flourish, like a seed flourishes with the right amount of soil and rain and sunshine. All those things are squeezed into the unique, wonderful person you are. No, really, God looks at you and thinks, wow, I made that. Even when you've messed up and you feel poo about yourself, God never gives up. So here you are, wonderfully, perfectly, messily you, and the person who knows you best, other than God who knew you before you even knew you, the person who knows you best is you. You know what makes you feel good. You know what happy feels like. You know what healthy feels like. You know what clothes feel best on you, what you feel best doing. It's okay to trust that, to practice doing the things that make you feel most whole and healthy. There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer for this. But I'm going to say it again. You are a whole, complicated person. If the thing that makes you feel best is face masks and a bath, that's awesome. But you need to make sure you move your body too, for it to flourish like that sun-warmed seed. If you're a maths whiz and you could play with your calculator all day long, hurrah! But you need to work on your relationships to look after them. People need people. But what I'm really saying is, trust you to look after you, the whole complete you. You know what makes you feel not healthy, what makes you feel bad. Don't do that, or do that less. The other thing I want to remind you about is that doing something well takes practice. A really old but really wise person said something along the lines of, excellence is a habit, not an act. If you want to do something well, you need to practice it. If you want to be healthy, and you deserve to be, you need to practice that too, regularly, every day. Clean your teeth, wash, do exercise, say sorry for the stuff you've done wrong. Talk about emotions even when they're difficult. Be brave even when you're scared. Especially when you're scared, because that's what bravery is. Say I love you. If you find it difficult, that's absolutely okay. Do it anyway. Keep trying to do it until it gets a little bit easier. Don't give up. You matter. Because your health, your brain health, your heart health, your body health, they all matter, and you know you best. Even if it means that you need to ask someone else for help. Do that. Ask for help. And when it's hard going, when getting out of bed seems more effort than it's worth, when you're scared or insecure or just flipping furious at everything, or when you feel just nothing, remember this. I'm convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love, neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today nor our worries about tomorrow, not even the powers of hell can separate us from God's love. Nothing. When you're doing stuff that looks after you, whether it's listening to music or sitting in silence or going for a walk or playing games, look for that God that never gives up, that God who knew you before you knew you. Look for God on purpose. Make silence for him. Invite him in. Call out to that God even if it's in your head and you're sitting on the loo. Just ask him if he's there. Ask him for help, for guidance, for something. You might find that easier to do in the bath with your face mask, or when you're walking or drawing or singing. Practice looking for God, because He's right there waiting to be noticed. You are wonderfully made. God looked at you and saw that you were good, and He sees all the good you will ever do. And that person needs looking after, and you're the best person for the job. So trust yourself. You know you best. Look after your whole self. Don't neglect the bits that are more difficult. And look for God, because God's waiting to be noticed.
For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful.